Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Action Media Reviews. I've got something really cool here to show you. Something that I've been excited about since I first heard about it, and something that I've wanted or wished for many years, ever since I was a kid. I never understood why G.I. Joe and Transformers never had compatible toys. They never had transforming G.I. Joe vehicles that would transform into Transformers characters. Well, now, here we have it. Yes, the Megatron HISS tank with the carded retro O-ring Baroness figure. This thing is amazing. When I first saw this come out, I was so super excited to get it. And I've got a bunch ordered that I'll be retailing. And these are not due out in the States until, I think, January of 2023. So, big shout out and thank you to the Hasbro Hookup for sending this to me for an early review. And, man, I'm so stoked to open this thing up. We've got a sticker here to seal it and a sticker on the back of the box as well to seal it. We're going to cut those. I want to preserve this box, but we're going to transform Megatron, transform the HISS tank, see how that goes. Is it going to be good quality? Is it going to be janky? Is it going to need upgrade kit? And then the retro Baroness figure. I don't think that at this time I am going to open her up. I would really prefer to just throw her into a Mock Masters case because she does come carded. It is on a retro G.I. Joe card. These are available. These will be available online for somewhere in the neighborhood of $100 shipped. And if my speculation is correct, Megatron will be a commander scale Transformer. If he is indeed a commander scale Transformer, if you are familiar with the Transformers lines, the commander class figures typically retail for anywhere in the neighborhood of $90 to $100 right now. So let's get it opened up and let's satisfy some of this excitement and anticipation. Man, I have wanted this for so long, and finally it's here. Like, they should have been doing this for years, but honestly, the engineering and the 3D modeling capabilities are probably what really made this possible. We actually have 4 stickers that hold the halves of the outer sleeve together. There are 2 on top, or I'm sorry, there's 1 on top, 1 on the back, 1 on the bottom, and then we have the 1 on the front. The 1 on the front was not actually attached very well, so I was able to peel this without cutting anything and without damaging the box. There's a little bit of glue residue, but I am going to use this one here to close everything back up. We slide the Megatron side off. I'll set this down over here out of the way. And then slide the G.I. Joe side off and do the same with it. Set it down over here out of the way. And then we have this. The brown cardboard Hasbro box. G.I. Joe Transformers 2022 crossover. The Megatron HISS tank. Oh, and then on the back, what do we have? We have file cards, top secret. What is all of this? Surveillance has detected spies scouting Cobra Base. Unauthorized vehicle is identified as subject B. Be prepared to intercept. Their sting is sharp, but we are poised to strike. So if you've been following this very much at all, you know that they've also released an Awestriker Bumblebee that comes with a carded Stalker figure. That one is a little bit smaller scale. It's a little bit less in price. Let me figure out how to get this thing opened up here without tearing it. The tabs seemed to be locked in pretty well, but I was able to pop those open. Oh, what's inside? Oh, get a little peek. Check it out. This is purely amazing. I am so impressed already just getting a glimpse of him. He's huge. This guy is probably at least or close to 12 inches tall. So he is right around a little bigger than some of the leader class probably closer to Commander scale on the Transformers size. Okay, we'll do a first-person perspective unboxing and everything now. I do have kind of limited space on the work table right now as I'm getting ready for a toy show next week, trying to get some new display card backs and cases and whatnot, a few custom figures together. Check these out for the 1960s G.I. Joes. I've got a full assortment for the original 4 figures, and then one that says action figure. I'll have those. I'll make a video for those at some point in the near future and get those listed up for sale. But on to Megatron. So we have the HISS tank top, the turret, the canopy cover, and a back piece over here that would be the back piece of the HISS tank. A couple of weapons. Do we have... I was hoping that we might have like launching missiles, but I don't think Hasbro's going to do that anymore. So, get this inner tray out. And we'll end up cutting most of these bands that are holding them in. We have an instruction sheet, a Transformers style instruction sheet that will tell us how to change the bot to alt mode. And right here, the carded Baroness figure. Same flimsy style of card back and same type of file card, but you do have a little bit different artwork down here on the back of the card. Not a fan of these file cards, but whatever. Here she is. Good looking figure. Let's get an up close look here. The face and everything looks good. It's kind of odd that they painted the flesh tone inside the glasses along with the eyes instead of using like a separate piece for the lenses of the glasses. The head is molded in flesh tone, which would have probably made that just as easy to make a separate set of glasses that would glue on. Whatever though, but we have the original style backpack and the original style scoped rifle with the O-ring figure. Overall, I think that she looks fantastic. What do we have here? I don't see any stress marks on the elbows or anything like what we had with the Snake Eyes figure. But you do also have the contrasting matte and gloss finish on the figure itself, much like we did on the 6-inch retro carded classified figure. And we also have, I believe this is the original style artwork for this this carded figure. So we're going to put her off to the side and get on to the main focus of this video here, Megatron. I'm going to go ahead and take everything out of the box and lay it here into the tray. Gonna warn you ahead of time, I'm not real good at transforming Transformers bots, but here you have the Megatron freed from the plastic restraints. Those do have tape all across the back. You see that he has this big opening here in the back of his body. You also have, much like many other Transformers action figures, a lot of hollow space. Now, this hollow space, typically third-party makers are putting out 3D printed gap fillers that will fill all of this and make it more solid. The hands, as you can see here, the hands do not fold back into the arms like with a lot of Transformers figures. Looks like he's going to be pretty simple to transform. The body is mostly hollow, as it should be to accommodate the G.I. Joe transformation. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way here. I've got limited space to work with. All right, that's a little bit better. We'll take a look here at the instruction booklet. And this thing is pretty detailed in how you're going to have to transform this figure. We're going to work through the transformation from bot mode to alt mode, and then I'll probably move him back to bot mode. So, but what I was talking about with Megatron, as you can see here, like the body is mostly hollow to accommodate everything folding up and figures riding in and on the figure. Smaller figures riding in and on the Transformer. Here you have the back cover with his tank, and then you have the main body of the HISS tank, which this actually, I believe the turret turns around here, and I like to look at some of this stuff without without the instructions, but this will snap on here, and I'll do that off camera so I don't damage anything reaching around. But this snaps on here, and that's where the G.I. Joe figure will actually ride in Megatron, is in this part. So this does attach. You're not looking at a quite as simple shell former. That's what a lot of people call the Transformers that just fold up into a shell as a shell former. I don't think this is necessarily a shell former. I have tabbed these posts in here and just wanted to show you that this entire canopy assembly folds down like so. And then you have the place here on the back for the figure to ride. As with many other Transformers figures, there are posts and sockets to attach accessories, and the back of the HISS tank actually attaches right here to his hand to work as a shield. He does stand under his own power, by the way, even with the rest of the HISS tank hanging off his back. So this you would either attach this way, or I think you could probably fold or turn that up, but this acts as a shield for Megatron, and the arms do rotate. Here you have the signature Megatron cannon, which attaches to the other arm via the same method, and you get that classic look of Megatron with the gun on his arm. The first step in transforming Megatron into the HISS tank is to fold these out like so. They kind of don't really tab in or anything yet. I'm sure they'll probably tab together, but these wings, I guess, fold out. So for this next step, these wings are actually gonna have to be quote unquote hyper extended. You're not gonna break anything. They're meant to move that far so that these pieces can be folded down. Then we can move that part of the cockpit back into place, and this part of the arm is transformed. Same thing over here. We'll hyperextend that out just a little bit, fold this down, and then move that part of the cockpit back. Next, we will need to move this back up into place, the canopy. The next part here is just a little bit confusing to me, but the chest flips up and the arms come down. There's tabs that hold these in place. Once you have the chest up, the tracks will need to come out like so. Basically, he's just kind of all undone at this point, and I think that we can lay him down. That's what it looks like on the instructions, but these supports back here will need to fold up into the legs, as you can see there. All of this will kind of lay down. So after we have him all undone and just kind of apart here with these last few steps, it looks like we need to turn him over and fold these legs up into place. Not exactly sure how this goes. I don't like the instructions for Transformers figures. I never have. They always are not very clear to me on how the movements are to be made in order to transform most of the figures. Once you get your legs folded up here, you can see that there's a slot and tab, and everything should kind of pop in there to hold in place. We're also going to need to fold these up at some point. These are Megatron's feet, but it doesn't say to do that yet, so I'm just going to leave that alone. So basically, here's what we have at the moment. We have part of the tracks done. We have the rest of the body just completely undone and figuring out exactly what goes where and how all of this is going to turn. I assume that these track pieces are going to have to fold down to here. Obviously, they're going to have to. But where you think that we should have hinges, we don't. Like, my opinion of these is that they should hinge outward. They don't, the transformation is not overly complicated or anything like that. I'm just a 40-year-old that's I'm not really used to transforming most of these figures anymore. This waist piece here comes unhinged from this position and is able to move down and back. We also have tabs and slots where the tracks will plug into to become whole. Let's go ahead and get both sides kind of worked out here. And now we have the tracks done. Let's go ahead and get these feet folded up and out of the way. It's probably a mistake. Might have to pull them back out, but I don't think that it's actually said to do that yet. And then we can start working on the rest of it after we get everything. Like I said, it all goes in like tabs and slots. That's the way these typically work out. And we have a slot here and a tab here on the side of the chest. It should plug in like so, and then get these back here plugged in. And you get one plugged in and another one will undoubtedly pop out. That's the experience I've had with damn near every Transformer recently that I've had my hands on, and it's a little bit annoying. This is going to come around this direction, rotate. Why is this backwards? What have I done here? I've done something wrong. This way. I'll find out what to do with the arms. I'm assuming that they fold up one way or another and kind of hide away in here. So that's probably what the feet are going to conceal. Yeah, it looks like it. You go right down in here and the feet will kind of conceal down in there. I'll get this situated better here in a second. So that is correct. These will come around here and the arm will rotate down into place like this. I hope that you can see what I'm doing and the mess that I am making in an attempt to get this thing put together correctly. And these two halves here tab in together as well. So let's get the arm pushed into place. Like that. Keep the tracks together. Anything that pops out of the tabs, they'll typically just go right back in. They don't fit extremely tight, which that's a good thing. It prevents things from breaking. And get everything kind of pushed in together here and eliminate some of these gaps just a bit. So the arms are in, feet fold up as covers for the front. Check that out. We have the tracks transformed, most of the cockpit transformed. Make sure that everything just kind of squeezes together. Now we can tab the cockpit together and bring it down. I don't think that snaps into place. It could be wrong. But then we close all of this. This section of the canopy lifts up and locks in place. Where are we here? We have to do a little bit of maneuvering to get all this locked in here. There are tabs and slots for that section. Tracks back in. Like I said, not overly complicated. I'm just a 40-year-old dude that's not really used to Transformers much anymore. All this stuff will come together and fit nicely. It just takes getting used to and a little bit of maneuvering. Just working with it until you really figure it out. Transforming it a few times will definitely get you where you need to be. Come on, stay tabbed in. Something is probably putting some pressure on there, but it'll be all right. And then we have this piece, the back cover, which looks like it just tabs in. Pretty simple. Yeah, it all just snaps into place and covers Megatron's head That's part of the problem. That wasn't tabbed in there. So I'm gonna get the tracks back together. So this tab here should actually go all the way down. I'm not gonna like mess with trying to. I probably don't have something turned completely. One of the body parts turned completely or something. But we have Megatron's gun to go there, and then we also have these that will tab in either side here. They will tab in here, or you can tab them in. I think you can tab them in down here, as a matter of fact. No, it doesn't really fit real well, but there are holes back there for something. So there you have the HISS tank, the Megatron HISS tank. Let's get that straightened up so we get a little better image of it there. But this should move down and tab in a little bit better, close up some of those seams. Like I said, once you go through this transformation a few times and really get used to it, you'll be able to change them over in no time. And the figure would ride right here. I have, since I'm not going to open Baroness, I have an old school core figure. Open the canopy, and we're going to set this 3 3/4 inch action figure right inside. We might. He's got some pretty loose joints. And there we have a temporary driver for the Megatron HISS tank. But yeah, overall, this is really cool. This is something I've wanted for a very long time, and finally see it coming to life. The guns operate independently here on the turret, and a figure will set inside this section as well. We can move this out of the way, and I mean, this thing is literally the size of a retro HISS tank, but it turns into a damn near commander class transformer, a commander class bot. I never would have thought I would see this in my time. A Sky Striker would be awesome. Could you imagine Starscream or Jetfire as a Sky Striker? But yeah, this HISS tank is, in my opinion, this is one of the most innovative and amazing toys that's come out for the G.I. Joe or Transformers line in a very long time. Very cool, and I am extremely pleased with this. So off camera, I'm going to transform him back into bot mode and get everything stuck back in the box for a bit. I may actually display this guy loose on a shelf. Thanks for joining me to unbox and play with this fantastic set. And I look forward to what else they release for the Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover. And keep in mind, guys, it is the 40th anniversary of G.I. Joe, and I don't think that it could be more popular than it is right now. If you look at the prices of vintage figures, the prices of some of the new figures that are coming out in the market, we've had exclusives. We've had a terrible time getting anything on store shelves except those damn movie figures that nobody seems to want. These are a win. I love the fact that they're easily and readily available, or will be easily and readily available. The same with the Awe Striker set. I look forward to what they do with a Vamp or Stinger. They've already released a retro Stinger, but man, I can just see Hound coming for a Vamp. A lot of people I've seen online talk about how they don't like the fact that Bumblebee is an Awe Striker. And I think an Awe Striker is the perfect vehicle for Bumblebee, considering his size, the size of the bot. You don't need a commander scale Bumblebee. And an Awe Striker is a perfect vehicle to have be that bot. I'll definitely be getting that and anything else they release for this line, especially if the boxes are this size and smaller. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. Great for storage and display. But yeah, I really do enjoy all of this, and I'm going to work with the transformation some more and take it back and forth from HISS mode to bot mode, and just see if I can really perfect that and do it without looking at an instruction sheet off camera. Anyway, guys, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Notification bell will let you know when I post new videos. Check out the description for links to things for sale on Amazon that are either in stock or for pre-order. I'll try and get things posted that are available with a discounted price. And join some of the Facebook groups and hit us up there. All right. See you soon at Yooo Joe.